that. It's the centrepiece of London Mayor Boris Johnson's commitment to get more Londoners on their bikes. Let's speak to the Mayor's Cycling Commissioner, Andrew Gilligan, who's got more details. You may even be at the site. Andrew, where are you and what's happening today? Good morning.
Actually, I'm afraid I'm at home now.
You're about to get on your bike, are you? Good man.
I'm not in Lycra either. Sorry about that.
No,
But we're going to make you change your name to Nick Raleigh, OK?
I'm glad you're not in Lycra. That makes my day, Mr. Gilligan. Andrew, what's happening today?
We are Boris is unveiling what is going to be the longest substantially segregated urban cycle route in Europe. It's going to run from Barking to Acton, completely segregated or on low traffic streets, and there's going to be another one from Elephant and Castle to King's Cross as well. They'll cross at Blackfriars, so there's going to be thousands of new journey opportunities created all across London for cyclists. This is, as you say, what they've been demanding for years, a safe, completely protected cycle route all the way through central London.
In what way completely protected, Andrew?
It's going to be curb segregated. There's going to be a concrete curb between the cyclists and the rest of the traffic.
OK. And work starts today, or this is now put out for public consultation?
This is a consultation. People have got 6 weeks to tell us what they think about it, and then we'll come back in October, consider the responses, and then start work early next year.
Confident there's enough road space?
Yeah, the reason we've chosen the roads we've chosen, and in central London, for instance, the east-west, it's Upper Thames Street, Lower Thames Street, Victoria Embankment, through Parliament Square, Hyde Park Corner. Oh my God,
Andrew Gilligan, those are some of the busiest roads in town.
They are. The reason we've chosen those roads is actually there's been a gigantic reduction in the amount of traffic on that road in the last 10 years. And in Upper Thames Street, for instance, there's been a 28% drop in the amount of motor traffic on that road since 2004. Victoria Embankment's down 24%.
Not when I use it.
The north-south is down 44%.
Right, OK. You'll be aware there's concerns from organisations such as London First, the British Chamber of Commerce. They've got their concerns, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously, we are going to lose some road space for motorists for this. I make no bones about that. But that simply reflects what's already happening in central London traffic. What we're seeing is big drops in traffic, which continuing drops, all over central London in motor traffic, and huge rises in cycling. And we've got to cater for that. Cyclists are 24% of all traffic in the morning rush hour in central London now, and on parts of some of these routes, more than half of all the traffic in the morning rush hour is bicycle.
Andrew, just hold on the line for a second and listen to a view from someone who I don't think is going to be so joyful at this news. Steve McNamara is General Secretary of the Licensed Taxi Drivers Association. Mr McNamara, here we are, 24% of the morning commute. Traffic in some of these roads we're talking about down by up to 40%. This makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Nick. Of course, the traffic in London's dropped, the embankment's flowing freely, and the world's a great place. Nick, this is just yet another example of the madness that's coming out of City Hall.
24% of commuters are on bicycles, though, Steve.
No. See, that's the clever bit, Nick. 24% of commuters are not on bicycles. What he's trying to tell you is 24% of the traffic. So what they're doing, they're counting bikes, same as buses. So, for every bus, they're counting a bike. Well, of course, the difference being that on every bus or in every car or in every cab, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 or 50 people, not one person on a bike. All the way through this press release that they've done for this £1 billion superhighway. I mean, this is nearly £1 billion. So all the people listening to us at the moment that are queued back for 1.5 miles in the Blackwall Tunnel either side, sitting in some of the worst air quality in the world, wondering what happened to the tunnel that Ken Livingstone was going to build 8 years ago, and Boris scrapped and still hasn't got round to doing. He's now going to spend £1 billion of the money that he hasn't got for the tunnel. We can't afford to light the Westway. The lights went wrong 10 years ago.
But then what about the air quality for people on Upper Thames Street, Lower Thames Street, Elephant, Blackfriars Road, King's Cross, with less cars on the road and everybody getting on a bicycle? Surely that's the other side of it, isn't it, Steve?
No, it isn't, Nick. What happens is that if you get a map of the air quality in London, you put it over the top of the traffic map, you'll see that where the air quality is its worst, Tower Hill being one of the sites that this cycle lane is going to run through, that's where the air quality is worse. So as we know, there's this dieselisation of the car fleet. Diesel vehicles idling emit NOx. They emit some of the worst pollutants that you can get. That's what we've got across town, taking traffic lanes out, slowing traffic yet further, to allow a few people to sort of try and beat their personal best on the way to work.
All right, let's get a final. You don't have to respond, Andrew Gilligan. If you do, you've got about 30 seconds.
Okay, I mean, I've got to correct some of that. I mean, we're not going to spend anything like £1 billion on this scheme. £1 billion is the whole cycling budget over the next 10 years. This is going to cost about 30, 40 million, something like that. So, Steve McNamara needs to get his
Is it right, though,
that
you try and count a bicycle the same as a bus?
Sorry?
Is it right you count a bicycle the same as a bus? As in number of journeys?
Yeah, obviously a bicycle and a bus are the same, are a vehicle. But one of the things about this scheme is it's going on roads where there aren't very many TfL buses. There's only a fraction of the east-west route is covered by TfL buses. That's one of the reasons we're putting it down there. So bus passengers will be, there'll be some slowing down of bus passengers at Tower Hill. For instance, there's a bus route at Tower Hill.
I must leave it. Andrew Gilligan, thank you. Your Mayor's Cycling Commission. I have to chalk that up. I think that was a goal scored by Steve McNamara as General Secretary of the Licensed Taxi Drivers Association. 7:56. Right.